Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful connecting with you, saying hi, hello, how do you do? What is happening, going on with you? Blessings, 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 and more blessings. I speak unto you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it, let's do it. For those who are hashtag and replay, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I could appreciate that. And for those who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. All right, all right, all right. Uh, so, talking about choosing freedom and inner peace over the default. Choosing freedom and inner peace over the default. So what do I mean by default? We all have like default. We have that which has been our norm, that which has been modeled before us, that which has become our way of being, our habitual way of being. So we have default settings, and the question is, does your default settings allow for does your default settings allow for freedom, personal freedom, and inner peace? Like, does it allow for that? Are you, sometimes people are wired that way. um People who societally would be classified as eccentric, they're kind of wired that way. Their default setting is like whatever, unbothered. Like their default setting is unbothered. Hey, Erica. Good morning, honey bun. Good to see you. Some people are bothered by everything. Everything's an issue. Everything's something to take issue with. I don't have the capacity. Is it capacity? I don't think that's the word. I actually don't want to have the capacity for that. I don't I don't want to have an issue with everything and everybody. I just don't. I want and so what I choose is to honor what's true for me, to really lean into that, to really honor, to make it mine, to honor what is true for me. I choose that. What's true for you? Hey, Kimber Bracy. Good morning. Good morning. So I choose to honor what is true for me. And because I endeavor to live that life. Hey cousin, hey Margie. All is well. I pray the same for you. The snow has made it here. We've had it for a while. Um, but because I choose to honor that what is true for me, I want the same to honor what's true for everyone else. Like, who am I to dictate to somebody that this is your truth? No, I, I'm going to honor what's true for me, and that's how I live in inner peace. Um, to do that, and I'm sure it doesn't work for lots of people at different times. That can't be my issue. It just cannot be, right? Um, just when I heard something a while ago now for the first time, and I've heard lots of things that's helped to free my soul more and more and more and more, more and more. And one of those statements is, what other people's opinion of me ain't none of my business. It's just not. And so, so we have to be careful about having, so we have to be careful about being moved by other people's opinion of us, whether these opinions are good opinions or not good opinions. Because if we, I think it was Wayne Dyer who said, all of us like applause. Like, of course, just we like applause, and that's okay to like it. The problem comes when we need it. The problem comes when we need applause. And so, whereas I appreciate people appreciating me, but I have to make sure that I don't ever need it. Also, I remember when William McDowell, he was being interviewed. That's when all of his music had exploded and his name was everywhere and all of that. And he was being interviewed, and someone asked him, how does he feel? Like everywhere he goes, people want to shake his hand, want to talk to him, want to all the things. And he said, we're not built for that. He said, we are not built for that. Like that can get us into so much trouble. So, just on the other side. So, what point am I making? I'm making this point. One of the things that I tell people who, who are in my life, who are positioned to do such, I say, if someone says something to you about me, I don't care to know. I really don't. I don't care to know. And because other people's opinion of me is just none of my business. It's not. It's not my business. It's their opinion to have. And if it's a negative opinion, what am I going to do with that? Like, don't bring it to me unless I need to know. Like, unless I need to protect myself, or unless there's something that I need to do. Maybe I need to clarify something or whatever. But just, girl, I heard so and so. Keep it, keep it, keep it. I was sharing with someone. I was like, there have been so many times just many times in my life when I've just not shared, I've not carried the information forward because it's not life-giving for the people. Like I've had to deal with some things, I've had to correct some things, I've had to stop some stuff from whatever, but it's not. So this isn't the same situation. This was a tripped out situation. So I had a boss one time, and she did not understand me whatsoever. She did not get me. And it my experience was that she also did not like me. That was my experience. But she definitely didn't get me the kind of person that I was, right? Because I wasn't the kind of person who just had to be a part of the up and comings, and the circle who they were in. Because it just, I didn't, I could not appreciate who you had to be in order to sit at that table. No. Mm-mm. So, even though I was the subject matter expert, I had the longevity, I wasn't interested. And so that didn't make sense. Like that kind of person who wasn't interested in the other, it didn't make sense to her. Anyway, so it caused friction between, not between the two. I didn't have friction with her, but she had friction with me. That's the way I experienced it. But I think I'm getting ready to forget the point that I'm making. Yeah, I forgot the point that I was making. Maybe it'll come back. What was I talking about? I was talking about other people's opinion of me. None of my business. Oh, So one time she did a evaluation, her first evaluation she did of me, and she wrote on the evaluation that I lacked initiative. So I said to her, I said, did you know that, good morning, Pamela Bracy. Hey, um, got two braces on. I said, did you know that this happened last week? She was like, mm-mm. So I said, did you know that so and so's and she was like, no, I didn't know that. So I gave her about 5 more examples. And she was like, no, I didn't know that. I said, you know why? I said, because it stopped at my desk. There's no reason for you to know that, because I put the fire out before it became a fire. That's not somebody who lacks initiative. So, so, um, so what I'm saying is like, hey, Ray Price, good morning. Thank you for your prayers. There are times when, when I've heard when people have brought me things about other people, and I would just stop it right there. And the person who was it about don't know anything about it. I'm not then getting ready to go and say, girl, did you know? So-and-so told me this, that, and the other. Like, why? Why would I bring to you something that's not life-giving to you? Even though somebody said it to me about you, and then what they probably learned is like, oh, I don't need to take that stuff to Kathy because it's gonna stop. And there have been times when because sometimes people just need to vent. Like, that's something different. But there have been many times, like, do you want to have a conversation? Like, we can call her, we can call him, we can get together, they were just like, no, well, what we doing? Tell me what we doing. Right? So anyway, you say, yes, God gets the praise. Yes, 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 yes. So what am I saying? Choosing freedom and inner peace over the default. Y'all, sometimes our default is to have conversations about people that are not life-giving, and they're not even necessary. Like, they're not life-giving, and they're irrelevant because it doesn't matter to your life. Like, I'm not. So to me, that's like self-harming. It's self-harming for me to have negative conversations over and over again. So anyway, I don't even know why I'm talking. There's many examples that I could use. I'm on this one this morning, but choosing freedom and inner peace over the default. What is your default? What is your default? Maybe you learned it in your family. Maybe you picked it up along the way, kind of as a survival technique. But if your default robs you of inner freedom, of peace, and inner peace and freedom, beloved, you need to work on the new default. We are learning and growing beings. And whatever you learned, you can unlearn and you can relearn something else. We are not stuck. I'm not saying it's easy. Rewiring your brain is not easy. Learning a new habit, releasing an old one is not easy, but it is doable. It's doable. And if your default robs you of your personal freedom, it robs you of your inner peace, it's necessary. It's necessary. It's necessary. Let me freedom is our birthright. And it is a beautiful, wonderful, glorious, for me, non-negotiable, unbothered. Yep. I choose the unbothered category. I will not be bothered. Meaning that, look, I'm going to do what I can do, like living by the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Give me the peace, the inner peace, to accept things that I cannot accept. And I cannot change. And the things that I cannot change, I will not use my energy moaning and you know the other word, and all the kinds of things about it. I will not, because that's like self-harm. That's me harming me. It's robbing me of my peace, robbing me of grace and grace and compassion that I could have to others, because inwardly is chaotic and at war. Beloved, you get to choose freedom, personal freedom, and inner peace. And it doesn't always work for other people, but I don't have that responsibility for other people. I don't. And I won't put that on myself. Do you know? I'm put here to love, that I do well, that I will continue to do well, and that I will figure out how to do better. That's my mandate, is to add more love into the world, one life-giving conversation at a time. That's my mandate. Sometimes I do it extremely well. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes I don't. I'm enjoying the milestone because man, I had laughed so much Sunday at that church anniversary. Oh, our table was so disruptive. It was so disruptive. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Pamela. We were so disruptive. Oh, Pam, Erica, we had so much fun. We had so much fun. Those Mitchells are crazy, okay? and the Fielders. Oh, we had so much fun. And then, you know, I went out with a girlfriend last night to dinner. Oh, we were loud and disruptive too. Okay. This is the laugh time. Yes, I did. I'm still was laughing. This is the time to laugh. This is the time for me. It's a laughing season. It's a joyous season. And I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh loud. I'm gonna laugh obnoxiously. And it is what it is, right? It was awesome. I love y'all. I appreciate you. I value you. I really do. And at the moment, thank you, Pam. You love well. I do love well. I love loving. I really do. You know, why not? Why not? Right? At the moment that God gave us our breath, me and you know what we did? We forfeited the right to not be amazing. You and I do not. Thank you for the love. I appreciate you, Kimba. You and I do not. You all have an amazing day. You too, Pamela. We don't have the right to not be amazing because you are. I will talk to you tomorrow morning. Love you. Bye-bye for now.